part 1 of this skating trip started at the Kingdom Tower, a hallmark building in the city of Riyadh. I made my way through neighborhoods, past mosques like the King Khalid Grand Mosque shown over here. I learned how to battle the intersections in Riyadh. They're quite something, wow, but I found my way. I passed King Saud University, and that's also where part 1 ended and where I will take off for part 2.
In the very back, you can see the Kingdom Tower. That's where I started.
Yeah, I had done quite a distance by now already. 13 kilometers I had done.
Side street, always nice. One of the things that has struck me most so far is cars coming from the right are backing up. They are not used to me. But I'm vigilant. Maybe it doesn't always look that way, but I am all the time. I look over my shoulder an awful lot, but you don't see that. I keep an eye on my surroundings all the time. Mohamadia, and this is considered one of the richest and most exclusive areas of the city. It's popular among wealthy Saudis and expats. And in the heart of the neighborhood is a park. I can see it already there, the trees. I'm gonna head over there, take a U-turn over there. We'll make our way to the park. So yeah, this is a very desirable neighborhood. One of the most desirable neighborhoods of the city of Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. Indeed. The houses look pretty decent to me. Very nice. A little bit of this Middle Eastern flavor. I really like that. I really like that. Like also over here. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna make that U-turn over here and head out to the park. Wait my turn. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mohamadia Park. Now obviously in the middle of the desert, a green park is a rarity. Kura Parks, that's where we're at. There's a children's playground. There's nobody here except the cat.
Yeah, as you can see, the fun stuff for children over there. But the park was completely empty. And of course, people might be at school or work, but insiders told me that the most important reason is that people are used to evening life due to the really hot weather, especially in summers. For me, this was a nice warm day, 21 degrees, but in summers it can get up to 50 degrees Celsius, so people start visiting each other only after 6 p.m. until late at night.
Yeah, you know, back home grass is everywhere. Here, obviously, not that common. So it's interesting to see. It provides a nice chill out zone in Riyadh. In fact, I am gonna chill out here and have a little break. Okay, that was pretty nice actually. I sat there for 15 minutes. It's an oasis here. Very quiet, green. Got some water, got some food. Changed my battery on the GoPro. Yeah. And I'm off again for the next stretch. Nice wide view. I think I'll finish my trip somewhere over there near those skyscrapers. Yeah, nice open view here. Quickly. And hit the sidewalks again. So it's around lunchtime. I think you can see that. Hey, bike. Not seen a cyclist today. I've seen a bike, at least. So right here, prominent display of members of the royal family.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first display of these 3 members of the royal house today, and it wouldn't be the last either. So I got the full names for you. On the top, King Abdulaziz bin Abdul Rahman Al Saud, also known as Ibn Saud, and he's the founder and first king of the current Saudi Arabia. Bottom right is King Salman, the current king, and his full name is Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, and he's been king since 2015. And bottom left is the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman Al Saud, also known as MBS, and he's in fact the ruler of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia right now. Formerly he serves as Crown Prince and Prime Minister.
I see no other choice again than to go with the cars. This is very difficult here to cross these busy intersections, really. This is fine. Here we go. Sorry folks, I have to do this. I see no other choice. Thanks. All right. Oh yeah, great asphalt. So nice. Hands behind my back, cruising. I think I saw a nice parallel street there. Let's take that for a while. Why not? Even the side streets here tend to have good asphalt. So why not?
Maybe you noticed it too, but by now, having been here for less than 24 hours, I'd already noticed that there are very few pedestrians in the city. The city felt empty every now and then, like over here. Where are all the people? There are 6 million people in the city of Riyadh. It's a vast city with a huge area. Well, they all move around in cars. So Riyadh is a very car-centric city. And that meant that at times I felt really quite alone, out all in the open with my inline skates.
Let's see over here. Oh, there's a U-turn there. Yeah, let's do that U-turn. All right. Nice. Look at this road. I might as well go to the other lane here. Take the left one, the middle one, the right one. The choice is mine. That was so cute. That car slowed down. There's a bunch of little girls in there. They lowered the windows to wave at me. Of course I waved back. Cute. This promises to be fun. The Northern Ring Road is coming up. You can see it. That promises to be a huge intersection, and it's closed. I don't know if I can get across the Northern Ring Road, to be quite frank.
Yeah, about that. I made the wrong decision here. I like technical challenges, don't get me wrong, but this was a little bit too much of a challenge. I ended up on the actual Northern Ring Road, and that was not actually smart. I decided to show it anyway. Everything went well. I got off the Northern Ring Road pretty fast, as you will see. So here's the deal. This is the street I wanted to take, but you saw a minute ago that was closed. The blue line over here shows the road that I actually took, the Northern Ring Road. Again, not smart. All the while, I could have just taken this street over here and end up at the same spot where I'll end up in a minute or so. So yeah, again, I like technical challenges, but this was a miscalculation. But I decided to show it anyway. It's part of the deal. Alright, so let's roll and see how this will unfold. I clearly remember, as I was making my way onto that road, thinking, Oh, what have I done?
I'm not gonna go straight, because that's the main road. I think I'm gonna take this exit here. I hope it's gonna be fine. Well, I'm kind of at the point of no return anyway. You do get a very nice view of this area full of high-rises. Oh. Uh-oh. This is not my smartest choice ever. I'll take that exit over there. Well, at least I've done a part of the Northern Ring Road. What do you know? Just stay close to the shoulder. That was a little bit intense. Truth be told, it wasn't planned for. This is the road I wanted to take, but it's closed. And there's the other side of the road being closed. At least we have a nice view of the skyscrapers over there. You have Bank. And here, it looks to be easier again. You know, that was the plan all along. The road was closed. There. So I had to do a little bit of the Northern Ring Road. Ooh. To be frank with you, as I took the curve, it's like, uh-oh. Well, luckily I don't do this every day. Ah. A normal street again. Whew. Nice. Yeah, so those skyscrapers over there, I think that's the start of an area called Hittin.
Hold on, that is not completely true. This is where I was at. And over there is an area called King Abdullah Financial District. And that is the area where you see the skyscrapers.
Alright, a close-up of King Abdullah Financial District. You can see the letters KAFD on the building over there, and over there is the tallest building of Riyadh.
Hittin is a little bit more to the west. But anyway, here's some more information on Hittin, because it is a noteworthy neighborhood in the city of Riyadh.
And some people, as shown on this website over here, call this the undisputed heart of the nightlife of Riyadh. There's a lot of entertainment there, bars, restaurants, plazas. Karting is what I read. There's also Boulevard City and Boulevard World, that's an amusement park. There are displays of several countries there. There is a mini Eiffel Tower, I think. Next to it is Boulevard City. That's totally dedicated again to entertainment. I was planning to go there, but it has already been 20 kilometers. And it's not so easy to pass that road over there, the Northern Ring Road. So maybe I'll visit Hittin another day, but not by inline skates. I'm gonna make my way back to the nearest subway station, which is about half a kilometer that way. But yeah, 360 residential neighborhood. There's another banner of green Riyadh. So maybe they're putting some green here, some trees. Perhaps there is construction ongoing. Okay. Yeah. I will have to go against traffic for just a few seconds. That's okay, there's no car coming at all.
Yeah, by the way, seeing the construction workers working just around the corner and seeing this green strip over here with grass and trees, I wonder if lining the street with that kind of green is what the Green Riyadh project just around the corner entails.
There you go. Little mosque here. There, at least it looks like a mosque. See the loudspeakers? Right, curly building in the very back. Kingdom Tower. There was no sidewalk over there, so that looked a little unsafe. Maybe I'll just take a quick detour to the metro station. Some extra cute little road. Look at this. Some expensive buildings over here. That's for sure. First a U-turn. That's over there. The road is not so great here, I have to say. Now, okay, I see something I have to show you. Over here. This poor, lonely bike. Right there. You know, I noticed those orange bikes when I arrived in the city yesterday. So I think it's fair to say, to assume, that Riyadh has a bike rental system. After leaving today, I haven't seen a single orange bike, and now here is one. Quite unexpectedly, in the middle of the road, all by itself. And I haven't seen any orange bike today, either parked or in action. Interesting. I have to show you this, obviously. People hanging out, enjoying the weather. Although, for them, this may be a little bit chilly. This is actually the best time of the year to visit Saudi Arabia in the winter. It's very pleasant now. In the summer it can reach 45, 50 degrees Celsius. That is not cool, literally and metaphorically. I really like skating through these streets over here. Residential areas. There's also quite a bit of construction ongoing, I noticed. Like right here, with what seems to be an old gate, completely torn up. Nice. I have a feeling the city is rapidly developing. For example, here, the Palms Residence luxury apartments are being constructed. And it looks to be, well, we noticed the second cyclist I noticed today, and the third one in the back, maybe you just saw it. So that promises to be a luxury high-rise building again. The Palms residential towers. Pictures of how it looks. Looks fancy to me. I just arrived yesterday, which I also feel physically. Even though it's a 2-hour difference in time zone only, I can feel it. Didn't sleep enough. The metro station is across the street. First of all, I don't see it. Second of all, how am I gonna get to the other side? Just take the sidewalks over here. That direction is always good because that's where my hotel is. So I'm always right going that direction. There are subway stations in parallel to me. On the north-south line. So I got the thumbs up there. Nice. Whoa. Get off that sidewalk again. Go down this little hill here and take a parallel street here. I think those are more authentic and nicer. Nicer for exploration rather than it seems to be kind of almost like a highway. Here we go. It wasn't easy. These yellow bumps were so close together, I couldn't, put my wheel through the gaps in between. Both wheels at the same time is what I mean. Yeah, that wasn't easy. Here's another set of them. Yeah, I can easily make my way through the gaps, like so. There is a scooter coming. Yep. Now that is the first one I've seen today, even though also for scooters there is a rental system. Della Hospital right here. Look, a pedestrian traffic light. I may in fact be able to cross the street here. Who would have known? Maybe let's take that a time lapse. About 3 minutes it took me. It could have been much worse if it wasn't for a really friendly guy that was in the line of the cars that were going to turn over there on the other side, and he decided to let me go first. He waved at me and said, "Go ahead, buddy." Really appreciated that. Otherwise I probably had to wait a lot longer. Yeah, but I'm really close to a subway station now, because on the other side of the street you see a sign saying Olaya Street. Olaya is also where I started. It's a very famous street. It's right over there, like 200 meters that way. And while I walk my way across the sand here, I'm going to tell you that the metro line runs parallel to Olaya Street. So yeah, I am really, really close to my final target for today. You can see it right there behind the McDonald's. It will only require one more crossing. And then it's over for today. Let's check out this little mosque here. Yes, we made it. Right here. brand new metro station, King Fahd District Station. Also this is the name. More than 3 hours and 25 kilometers. 25 kilometers, people, through the city of Riyadh. It was a blast. I had a lot of fun. It was a challenge. It was a different challenge than Cairo. The main challenge today was to cross main roads. It wasn't easy even for pedestrians. I hardly saw bikes, maybe 3 cyclists, no inline skater, not a single one. Quite okay weather. It was actually pretty nice, but the long sleeve made it a little bit warm for me. I came across several police cars that passed me, that saw me inline skate on streets where usually only cars drive. An occasional police car may have seen my camera on the chest, but I encountered no problems, so I think it's quite alright. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of Riyadh by wheels, and see you in the next video.
I will also bike in Riyadh, in the northwest to be precise, so watch me battle difficult junctions as I make my way through the posher parts of Riyadh. Look at me smoothly crossing over here, simply demanding my space. I had to. The junctions here were no joke. And deep in the neighborhoods of this desert city, I would find small parks with green, a rarity here and there in a desert city, of course, and people enjoying their time off. It was really nice. Now, my second inline skating trip was quite a thrill. I started with a necessary repair of a stuck wheel. Here you see me working on it, before traversing some more historic, older and authentic neighborhoods of Al Bata. And going north, I will come across the historic heart of old Riyadh and come visit a square with a very sobering past, as well as old palaces and big mosques. Now, this video will also contain some slapsticks, such as me being directed away by the police from a sensitive building and me finding several brand new metro stations in a row to be closed, continuously pushing my endpoint, projected endpoint of the trip backwards. So in the meantime, I'm also still working on my videos on Buenos Aires, the capital city of the country of Argentina, in the continent of South America. Completely different spot on this planet. Completely different city compared to Riyadh, but that's what I love, right? All these different cities, all these different flavors. So stay tuned and subscribe if you like this kind of urban exploration on wheels. Although skating in the desert has one particular disadvantage, and that is, look at all the dust and sand on my wheels. What do you mean we're in the desert? Time to change the inline skate for shoes and make my way into the metro station. Dark card. Never leave home without it. There you go. I am gonna take the subway back. Thank you, Blue Line. Thank you. Let me give you a little wrap up of today's inline skating trip. Right there is the Kingdom Tower. I started there. I went west, north, and I ended up, not formally, at the King Abdullah Financial District. Picked it right there by that huge skyscraper with the flashing lights. Not the curly one, but the one right next to it. Now, that doesn't look like 25 kilometers. I guess you can agree with that. But the GPS doesn't lie. I had to turn around a few times. I went a few more kilometers after reaching the King Abdullah Financial District there, in the very distance. And it's also fun to say that I just read that the largest skyscraper of the city of Riyadh is in the King Abdullah Financial District, and I am ready to bet that that is the one that we're looking at right there.